you are. Hi, baby. Oh, look. You smiling, huh? Excuse you. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you're so cute. Oh. Oh, mama and daughter. So I'm going to tell the story of how Ariella was born. Right? Yeah. So we were, let's see, at 41 weeks and 5 days. And we went in for an ultrasound. And the results got copied to our doctor. And he said that there's calcification in the placenta and I should have her as soon as possible. And our midwife said, oh, well, that's normal when you're overdue. There's nothing to worry about. But the doctor seemed to think it was really important and I didn't want to take any risks or anything. So we wanted to get her out as soon as possible. So, yeah, I set it up with the midwife. We went in at 3 o'clock for the induction. John came home from work early and he was able to shower and we went in together with our bags packed and everything. And we got to the ER to check in and there were a whole bunch of people staring at us like, oh, what are you doing? Like, sit down, you have to wait to be seen. And because I just bypassed the line. But I mean, we were going to the midwife anyways upstairs, so it's not the same people as them. Anyway, so at 3 o'clock we got there and the midwife broke my water. I'd already had, by this point, I think I'd had maybe 3 stretch and sweeps. I was 3 centimeters dilated and I'd done castor oil twice. Don't do it. And yeah, so we were just really ready to have her. You baby? So, yeah, we got there at 3 o'clock. She broke my water. Then she said, go walk around. So we walked around town. We walked to the Food Basics mall and we went inside there and bought a bottle of water because I guess they didn't have much bottled water packed and it was just easier to carry around. So we got that and then we went back to the hospital again and she checked me and I still wasn't really having contractions. So we went back out again and then we went back there again and this time we got a bit of food. I got a salad and John got a poutine or something. She told me not to eat any heavy food. So then after that, my contractions started up a little bit, so we went back to the hospital, and I was really tired by this point, and my legs were chafing like crazy because I had kind of shortish shorts on, and yeah, it was not good. So anyway, she's like, okay, well, why don't you bounce on the exercise ball for a little while, or the birthing ball, whatever you call it. So I did, and I bounced on there for a little while, and I would say probably around, I don't remember now, maybe 6 o'clock, contractions started a little bit more regularly. Hey, baby? Maybe around 6 o'clock. And then by 8 o'clock, they were about 4 or 5 minutes apart and super painful. And I was like, I can't do this. I need the epidural. I was like walking around like crazy, speed walking through all my contractions. And the midwife's like, yeah, like I think you need something. So anyway, we called for the epidural. And I think at about 9 o'clock was when the anesthesiologist came in. And he was really good. It was very painful to sit through my contractions and try to stay perfectly still while they're inserting a needle into the spine. Obviously, that's no fun at all, but I know, it's not fun. But anyways, thankfully, that went okay. And I also, obviously, I had to get an IV in my hand. Hey, do we have to get the IV? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I got an IV in my hand, which honestly was more painful than anything after I had the epidural because I had no contraction pain anymore. Anyway, so that was at 9 o'clock, and then I was so tired and John was tired, So we both tried to get some sleep, but then her heart rate kept dropping. So every time her heart rate would, because they had the heart rate monitor, the fetal heart rate monitor on me. So every time it would drop, the nurse would come in, she'd rush in, and another one would rush in, and they'd be like, oh, the heart rate's dropping, like, we gotta roll you over, see if we can kind of get this sorted out. Which was because the umbilical cord was wrapped around her neck, but we didn't know it at the time. So they would roll me over, and I was very groggy, and so I'd wake up a little bit from that, and then they would leave again, and the lights were low, and I'd kind of just be falling asleep, and then it would happen again, and like honestly at this point, I guess maybe because I was kind of out of it, I wasn't even really like that worried, I guess, when the heart rate was dropping. Like, it didn't seem like they were making a huge deal of it, so I thought, like, I don't know, I wasn't worried. But anyway, so at about what would have been 12:30, the doctor came in, Dr. Austin, and she okay, baby. She just kind of popped in just to check on me, and they told her about the heart rate dropping and everything. And oh yeah, I forgot to say, she really wanted to give me Pitocin at the time they broke my water, because she says that otherwise you can stall out a lot more easily and end in a C-section. And I really didn't want Pitocin because I really, really wanted to try to go naturally, which I got an epidural anyways, but I really wanted to try to go naturally, and I knew if I had Pitocin, the contractions are usually a lot harder and closer together, and I would have an IV in my hand, and I didn't think I could do it naturally. So I really didn't want Pitocin. So anyways, the doctor comes in at 12:30, and she checks me, and it's kind of like an I told you so kind of thing, like, oh, we'll see, this is what you get for not doing Pitocin. Like, she didn't say that, but that was just the attitude she had, and also very much, I don't know, just not the nicest attitude, and even like basically commenting on how much weight I'd gained and stuff, which wasn't very nice. But anyways, she ended up a lot better after, but at the time she didn't seem the nicest. But anyway, so yes, I love you. Yes. So anyway, where was I now? I know. So she comes in at 12:30, she checks me, I'm 9 centimeters dilated, and she said, so I went from, I don't know if I was 3 or 4 centimeters by 9 o'clock, but anyway, so I went to a 9 by 12:30, and she said, if you were only dilated to like a 5 right now, I'd be taking you down to an emergency C-section like right this minute. So I was like, oh, well, thank goodness I dilated. So, okay, I know, Mama's trying to tell the story. I know, Mama's trying to tell the story. So anyway, she's still very much like, we have to get this baby out as soon as possible, and if we can't, then you're having a C-section. So she checked me 10:30 or 12:30, and I was at a 9. She checked me at 1:30, and I was at a 10. So I was fully dilated and ready to start pushing. And she still at this point didn't even really want to let me push, but the midwife and the nurse kind of convinced her. They're like, oh, because she's Dutch, she's a good pusher or something. I don't know. They said I'd be a good pusher. So the doctor agreed to let me do a practice push, and if it went well, then maybe be able to push her out. So I did a practice push, and apparently it was a good push. So she agreed. They also used a vacuum on her head to try to get her out faster. So after 45 minutes of pushing, with Daddy looking on and helping, holding up one of my legs, and you popped out. And then the vacuum popped off her head, and he said there was a mark the size, I don't know if you can see that, like a hockey puck type of thing sticking out of her head where the vacuum was on. So anyway, everything worked out okay, and then we found out that the cord was around her neck, which of course was the cause of all the, okay, all the decelerations. But she ended up happy and healthy. She had no vernix on her because I was about 2 weeks overdue. And, yeah. And she was a surprise. We were surprised she was a girl. I thought she was a boy for sure. Thought we were, like, missing parts or something. Anyway, that's the birth story. Hey, baby. Yeah. That's the story of the newborn. She doesn't care.